Hey guys, Brandon Woolum, CCM Magazine today, hanging out with our buddy Crowder. What's up, man?
Man, you look wonderful. You look festive. And
Maybe
I
I
was
got the
saying,
wrong email, but I heard there's a Christmas album that's
it
coming out.
is. It is.
It's coming out later
I
this
look
month.
all
We just
drab.
announced it this morning. Milk and Cookies.
Well, our last full length album was Milk and Honey. And I mean, that title just makes itself. It's like, what are you going to do next? Well, we'll do a Christmas album and call it Milk and Cookies. My mom still doesn't think she doesn't believe that that's the name of it. She's like, you're not going to call your Christmas album Milk and Cookies. I'm like, yes, we are. She's like, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm like, it's a great idea. So anyway, she won't believe me until we release it, I don't think. So she's about to have her mind blown.
Were
But
there
for
any other
real,
names that were out there in the mix, or was it just Milk
no,
and
there's
Cookies from
no
the
other.
get go?
It's that writes itself, man.
I
There was no
agree.
other decision. Yeah. Luckily, we have wonderful people at Capital CMG who are supportive of my whims, and they just laughed, and then we're like, "For real?" Then they asked the same question. We're like, "But for real?" And I'm like, "Yes, absolutely."
So it's not the
Well,
first Christmas album for you, but it's definitely been a bit. What made you put the Christmas album out
well,
this
we
year?
don't even call that other one. That other one was like, we did have a few new songs that we did studio wise, but we kind of hit the red button and got away with an EP, an extended EP. Well, what? Explain that to me, you music professional. I've always been confused by this. The EP is an extended play of a single, and so then an album would be an LP would be the long play
Well, now we have
of what?
multi-track singles also. So explain that one.
I don't know, man. I think every album has a song on it. So aren't they all extended from a song? I don't know, man. A side, B side. But anyway, we have this is an endeavor to make a Christmas album. This is the first Christmas album endeavor. Like we're gonna do an album of Christmas songs, and there were like three songs that I here. Well, you want to hear how it happened?
Let's hear it. That was the next
Is that why
question
we're
anyway.
here?
So
I mean, it was the inside scoop. So I don't think this has been. I haven't rolled this out, and nobody knows this stuff. So we got a knock at the door. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and there was a knock on the door. And this is like, I don't know, towards the first of the year. And we open it, and it's this movie guy, this guy from the movies. He's like, do production for movies, and I represent a large movie franchise that makes superhero films. Atlanta, man, it's hot. It's like we make more movies than Hollywood now. And so this guy's like, hey, we want to make a superhero movie. We're doing a Christmas special. We've made multiple movies with these superheroes. Can't name them yet because it's not out. But they're like, hey, we were doing a Christmas thing, and we want to shoot some of it at your house. One of the characters wants to be at your house, and the superheroes come over and destroy stuff. I'm like, so you're gonna blow some of our house up? And they're like, yes. I'm like, this sounds perfect. Absolutely, let's do this. And so this very large movie franchise starts decorating our house for Christmas in the middle of August. And it looks like our lawn just threw up all of the inflatable Christmas items available at your local hardware store. They were all in our yard. And then inside were Christmas trees. And I'm not talking about like there's a scene with a Christmas tree in it. And of course, the only reason Christmas trees exist in movies is to be destroyed. There's got to be a scene where the Christmas tree goes down. That's what they're for in movies, especially action films of superheroes. And so they had stunt trees that they'd made to replace the tree. When it got destroyed, there's another tree decorated exactly the same as the tree that just went down. And I'm not exaggerating when I say, and they were storing them in our bedroom. I'd wake up in the morning surrounded by 20 fully decorated franchise Christmas trees that were stunt trees. I mean, we lived in a forest of stunt trees in the middle of August, and I'm like, if ever there was a time when I can authentically say I'm in the festive spirit to make a Christmas album in the middle of summer, it's this year. Because I mean, when's this going to happen again? So that's how Milk and Cookies came about. And then it's magical. Because I woke
yeah,
in a
and
magical stunt tree forest every morning. How could you not?
did they
Make a
leave you
Christmas
one
album.
so you don't have to put a tree up this year? Or they take them all when they left.
We did. That was part of when we were making contracts and stuff about like, hey, when we destroy your property, we're going to make it back. We'll build your house back when it's done. One of the little line items I inserted was, and we get to keep a tree. So it was actually in the contract to keep one of the stunt trees.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So this
But
is
yeah, I
hey,
had to
this
make
is
the milk and cookies because I was in the festive spirit, man.
Yeah, so this is a 14-song album. It's a lot of Christmas music, and it's not just a
Well,
bunch of
it's
jingle
14
bells.
tracks, but there's some interludes. The interludes are kind of humorous, kind of that
Ooh.
Burl Ives nod, make you feel like you're going on a little Christmas journey with a, narrator
So the
from the,
industry's still playing games with us because they say 14 tracks, but
yeah, no, you'll find out that some of those there's probably 10 songs, and there's actually probably more originals than, it's a funny record, man. The title works because there's stuff called like the elf song, and it's about elves. I even introduce it as that. This is the elf song. It's about elves, in case you didn't catch it from the title of the song, which is Elf Song. And then yeah, and then there's some fun stuff, and then there's some manger stuff as well. It's great.
so with all these originals on there, were you already kind of throwing around the idea of a Christmas album, or did you literally write a bunch of Christmas music in August when they said we're going to film a movie at your house?
It really came together pretty quickly because of the festive spirits, and really the elf song. There's a song that's we'll probably roll out first called "I Heard About You." That's sort of, I would guess it would be my attempt at like a Christmas shoes idea. It's like it's evangelistic twist at the end, but pretty. It's in the Christmas shoe genre, whatever that genre. Mary, did you know that genre? Whatever genre that is. I was like, we got to have a Christmas shoes on here, and it's my attempt at a Christmas shoes. And then that one, the elf song, and the Ballad of Mrs. C, which is about, because the elf song is a workers' rights song. It's like Dylan-esque. They get no respect. They, Santa, they have to wear those pointy shoes. Why they got to wear those pointy shoes? That's not helpful. That's safety. OSHA would be really. I don't think this is safety hazards with those pointy shoes. And then the Ballad of Mrs. C is all about Mrs. Claus. Imagine this dude like works like 20. He's got one day a year. He's pulling down stuff. He's one day a year. And meanwhile, she's got to manage the whole household. It's like it's rough on her. And she's like, man, I miss the man underneath that beard. And so it's titled The Ballad of Mrs. C. Parenthetical. This is very Crowder-esque. It's got a parenthetical in the title. She's so sick of the beard, and it may be an analog to my wife's first initial is a C as well. So it may be a self-critique of what I do.
Which of these tracks are you most looking forward to getting to people and them hearing?
Man, I think the elf song's one of those deals where you're gonna have, if you got a minivan full of kids, I hope they're yelling from the back, "Daddy, play the elf song, Daddy, play the elf song." That's what we're going for with that one. But really, there's a number of them that feel very, as I said, the word evangelistic. It just feels like getting to tell the story in a way that has a lot of humanity in it. That part I'm very excited about. I think there's a lot. The door is pretty wide on this album to discuss what it means. The holiday season is full of joy, and it's also full of a lot of heavy. A lot of people don't have folks that they're going home to, or but there's that longing and that itch for that relationship that every time this season comes around, we feel a truth to how we're created, which is to be in community with one another. And I think even the painful longing speaks to the beauty of what God's made and how he's chosen to engage with us. So I really, I know we don't engage music as in terms of full-length albums because we don't have that kind of attention span or time. But man, I just can't wait for a few people to be able to dive into the whole thing, because it's a pretty fun journey. I think it's a pretty fun little Christmas story and it's only like 32 minutes long, man.
Oh, wow.
Team track. Yeah. We're in and out in no time.
And one of those songs that people are going to recognize, you got Ricky Skaggs to join you on too.
Oh my word, dude. His mantle is insane. It's like one of the most amazing musical moments I've ever heard. His mandolin is nuts, and he sings his voice. He comes in on verse 2, and you're like, dude, just let him sing the song, man. It's so great. He's been an amazing person, voice in my life since I started doing this Crowder solo endeavor stuff. The first time I played at the Opry, he was like the MC and helping everybody navigate the night. And after we got done playing, he like just stopped everything and was like, man, I'm gonna do something a little strange, but this guy's got an International Harvester hat on, and it hit me. This dude's out for a harvest, and I want us to pray And so he at the Opry like has everybody stop and they pray for me. And I'm like, that dude has been a voice in my life since I started on this, as I said, the solo deal. And we haven't ever gotten to make music on an album together. So we were both pretty wound up about getting to do this song. And as I said, he slays it. And he was so involved, like, and invested. I think he was the last one still giving mix notes. Like I've signed off on it. Like, sounds great, Ricky. And he's like, I want to make a little tweak here. You know, I mean, he was full on in, and it was amazing to see somebody that's been at it for so long and doing such legendary endeavors as he's been a part of, to have that passion and that concern and care and just a meticulous approach to what he was doing and up to. Man, super inspiring human, a gentleman, I would say as well.
Love it. Milk and Cookie is going to be out October 21st. Kind of a tongue twister already because I want to say Milk and Honey every time I say that. But it's not Milk and Honey. That's already out. Milk and Cookies coming out here in a few weeks. And every year, we all kind of get in a battle. When is too early for Christmas music? This is October 21st. When does the Crowder family typically start listening to Christmas music?
Man, we were always post Thanksgiving, man. It doesn't count. It's like, a friend of mine said the other day she went and she bought some Scotch tape at a particular brand store that we all know and love. And then she ran out and then went back like the next week. And she went right to where she knew the Scotch tape was. And there wasn't Scotch tape anymore. It was Christmas stuff. I'm like, wait, it's September, man. So I don't know. We're getting earlier and earlier. So it might be, there's a group of folks that are like, man, all year is fine. It doesn't matter what time of year. I'm not of that ilk.
We need those people to start streaming October 21st.
Yeah.
The rest of you can wait till after Thanksgiving.
That's it, man.
We'll get a second wave of streams for
Let's pace ourselves. Let's get through that pumpkin spice first. Then we get on to the peppermint.
All right. We got to let you go, but October 21st, Milk and Cookie is going to be out, and then you'll be hitting the road for a few Christmas dates too, so people can hear some of these songs live.
They're going to be
starts December 1st.
Ready for it, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Crowder.